Simon Miller, the bald a-hole here once again in his car after a doctor's appointment. Basically, so many people were so kind to me after we did the last update, and so many people keep getting in touch with me saying, Simon, what's the latest? When can you go back to the gym? Blah, blah, blah. I thought, hey, we can do another video. So here I am again in my, it's so hot today, I'm going to call it a claustrophobic cavern of death. Like, the sweat is probably going to be running down my bald head sooner or later. But I'm outside the doctor's office, the doctor's surgery, whatever you want to call it. So I thought I could give you an update. It's been 6 weeks, if you can believe it, since I had my surgery. Had a bad rib. Again, I'll make sure I put the card for the video and maybe a link in the description. You'll be able to see it, should you wish to so see it. The 6 week period is what I've been focused on mainly. I have done a few things in the gym, but it's mostly been mobility stuff, stretching stuff. I've been able to work legs a little bit, but I can't push it too much. Obviously, just this section of your body, like your core section, once it's been opened up, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything. Like, for a good few weeks, I couldn't even lift over my head because it just pulls and stretches. Like, the human body is a brilliant machine, but also an absolute waste of space sometimes when you have something wrong with it, of course, because you open it up. So I've been focusing on this 6 weeks because, much like when we have a training plan, we have a fitness plan, you want to be able to have a goal, a target. So if you do have a few wobbly sessions, a few wobbly days, you're like, man, just, keep focused on that date. So this was mine, and we're not there yet, which is difficult, and it sucks because, not only do I just miss going to the gym, because my favorite thing about going to the gym is going to the gym. I've always said this, like, people are like, oh, Miller, how do you say so dedicated? It's not dedication. Let's be honest with it. Is it dedicated to want to go on roller coasters your entire life if you love the theme parks? No, you love theme parks. And that's the same with me going to the gym. I get excited about it, so I want to go. And I have crappy sessions as well, we all do, but usually when I'm in there, the Fitness Palace of Love, all is good. So there's that aspect of it, but also, 6 weeks down the line, my diet has been okay, but I've had far more off days than I would have had done anyway. We talked about that in the other video as well. And I'm starting to lose muscle mass. I'm starting to see it. I look less, I would never describe myself as chiseled, but we'll go with less chiseled than I was, because of course my muscles aren't being stimulated, and they can only hold their weight, their mass, whichever word we want to use, for a certain amount of time. And that's just something, again, you have to accept mentally, and I have accepted that mentally, which is fine. But it doesn't mean it's not any easier now, knowing that my body just hasn't recovered enough in order for me to start pushing it hard in the gym, which means really, 7 days is not a lot, so we're probably gonna have to give it another fortnight, which brings us into the middle of June, essentially, before we can kind of look at it again. And look, maybe I have some days when I feel pretty good and I can go to the gym, but I've tried that a couple of times, and you go to do, very light machine stuff. I'm talking, the first plate on the weight stack, where everybody else at the gym looks at you like, what's this guy doing? Like, surely you must be able to figure it out. I'm either rehabbing, or I'm coming back from an injury, or maybe my goal today was to lift the one stack on the weight plate. Why does anybody care about what anybody is lifting? Anyway, that's another video for a different day. So we may be able to do some of that and just sort of see how it feels. But yeah, there's not really, I'm not a medical person, right? I'm not a doctor, and he just, he looked at me and we did some things, and basically the inner scarring that, the inner scarring that I've got around my midsection, whatever we want to call it, just is, but it's still healing, and it's still bad, and the last thing you want to do is you don't want to push something too hard. Obviously this would never happen for the people that go nuts, and your organs all fall out. That's not a thing, but you don't want to damage yourself long term. So I suppose this vlog is more about trying to get that message across, that you may be in a similar situation. Maybe you pulled something, maybe you tore something, maybe you broke a bone, and all you want to do is go back to the gym, and we're very good at convincing ourselves, oh, I'll be able to take it. But it's far better, even at the 6 weeks mark, I'd rather have to take 8 weeks off than, 8 months, because I go and screw something up because my body was too weak to take it. I'm not saying that it's easy, but I'm saying sometimes you have to look at it long term by being okay with it in the short term, which sounds ridiculous. And it's not just the lifting weights. I have all these vlogs that I want to do here on YouTube. I want to do 8 like this guy, train like that guy. I've got this cool Batman program that somebody found in the comics. I'm like, I'll train like Batman. I'm even going to get a Darth Batman suit, and I'll do that in the gym, and everyone will look at me, but I think it'd be funny for a YouTube video, so we'll do that. But you have those kind of thoughts as well, and you want to get back on with that. And I think we've been having a lot of fun with the YouTube channel. I'm trying to be sort of come at things from left field, but when it comes to the growth of the channel, it's the same thing, right? When it comes to the growth of your body, the growth of the channel, you have to try new things, you have to come at it from different ways. But alas, we're just going to have to hold off on it for a little bit longer. But again, thank you so much for everybody that does say nice things. I'll keep you updated. Maybe we'll do another one in a couple of weeks. And actually, you'll know when I'm better, because all of a sudden there'll be a bunch of vlogs going back in the gym. But this downtime has allowed me to invest in some merchandise. So keep an eye on simon.bigcartel.com. Fitness Palace of Love t-shirts coming. I'm very proud of them. And Gerald the Fitness Mascot t-shirts coming. I'm very proud of them as well. And I am going to have to wrap this video up because I can feel the sweat starting to mount on my face. Because again, I'm in my claustrophobic cavern of death, which is now what I'm going to call all my cars. Somebody asked in the last one, Miller, what do you drive? I don't like saying an old woman's car because I feel like that's disparaging, but my mother described it as that once as a joke. I drive a very, very small Volkswagen VW, whatever. And the whole reason I could be trying to justify it, so it clearly must be a thing in my head, but the reason I do drive it is when I first went out to start my own company or be a freelancer, self-employed, whatever you want to call it, I sold my old car, so I had money in the bank in case this stupid plan to go freelance didn't go well. And then I started wrestling and I was doing thousands of miles in it, so I was like, well, why get a new car if I'm going to run this one into the ground? Anyway, I absolutely have to get out of here. Go to the merch time, keep an eye on there. Patreon.com/Simon316 if you want to support me there, at Simon316 Instagram and Twitter if you want to come say hello. Click on the video, it should be on the screen now. Make sure you get the Greg Doucette Power 13 cookbook. All the information is down there. My word, how hot is it today? Even if I've forgotten something, it doesn't matter. You take care. Thank you for being good people, and I'll see you on the next one.